Hi guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Instant reaction: Warriors move on champion forward in blockbuster Jimmy Butler trade. Having gone hunting for a big name over recent days, the Golden State Warriors have managed to land one in acquiring Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler on Wednesday. According to ESPN Shams Charania, the Warriors will trade 2022 NBA champion Andrew Wiggins along with Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson and a protected first-round pick for Butler after Kevin Durant rejected Golden State's significant play for a reunion in the last 24 hours. Golden State's attention quickly turned back to Butler despite the 6x All-Star having previously told the franchise he wouldn't resign in the Bay this offseason. Butler has since gone back on his initial word, signing a 2-year $121 million extension with Golden State to add to an even more stunning move for the franchise. According to Charania, the Warriors have also given up Lindy Waters 3 while Schroeder is on high way to the Utah Jazz. According to Jake Pfizer, the 35-year-old Butler will now form an experienced Big Three with Stephen Curry and Draymond Green as the Warriors look to rise from their current 25-24 record in 10th place in the Western Conference. While Butler's arrival is massive, it's a day of mixed emotions with the departure of the much-loved Wiggins, who had spent 5 years in the Bay after a trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves in early 2020. The former #1 overall pick completely transformed his game in Golden State, becoming an All-Star for the first time in 2022 before a memorable playoff campaign that year where he was arguably the franchise's second-best player on a championship team. The Warriors had only traded for Schroeder less than 2 months ago, but the veteran found a difficult time adjusting to Steve Kerr's offense and was recently relegated to a bench role. Anderson was signed to a 3-year $27 million contract with Golden State on free agency but failed to garner a consistent role and plenty of DNPS over recent weeks. While the extension does give Golden State some security rather than risk losing Butler for nothing in a few months' time, it's still a significant investment for the franchise, who now appear headed for a big payroll next season. Jonathan Kinger's free agency will now be a fascinating watch, assuming the former 7th overall pick remains with the Warriors following Thursday's trade deadline. Warriors finalizing trade to add Miami's Jimmy Butler, sending Andrew Wiggins to Heat. The Golden State Warriors were close to finalizing a 4-team trade win Wednesday to acquire Miami forward Jimmy Butler. A league source confirmed to the Chronicle the Warriors will give up Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, Lindy Waters 3 and a protected first-round draft pick. The Heat will obtain Wiggins and the draft choice, while Schroeder lands in Utah and Waters ends up in Detroit. According to ESPN, Anderson originally was expected to go to Toronto, but that piece of the trade reportedly fell through, and Miami apparently will keep him for now. As part of the deal, Butler agreed to a 2-year $121 million contract extension with Golden State through 2026-27. The Chronicle confirmed that puts Butler 35 on the same timeline as Stephen Curry, Draymond Green and head coach Steve Kerr. "We know our pedigree is to win championships," Green said in a near-empty locker room late Wednesday night after his team's 131-128 loss to Utah. "Jimmy hasn't quite gotten over the hump, but he's been right there. He's got a winning FG pedigree and we're excited about that. He brings an edge, a mentality this team needs, and obviously a skill set." Asked how Butler fits with him in Curry, Green quickly replied, "We win, all three of us, so there's your fit sons." Kevin Durant not interested in trade to the Warriors. Report says the Golden State Warriors have been in conversations with the Phoenix Suns about a trade. Curry texted Butler at halftime, he said, and received a pleasant message in return. Butler twice led Miami to the NBA Finals. He averages 18.3 points per game in the regular season and 21.3 in the postseason. Part of the reason he owns a reputation for lifting his game in big moments, sparking the nickname Playoff Jimmy. His arrival in the Bay Area raises the stakes for Curry, Green and Kerr as they seek to become title contenders again. Curry 6, Green 6 and Butler 2 have collectively reached the NBA Finals 14 times in their careers. Other numbers worth noting: Green turns 35 next month and Curry turns turns 37 next month. Butler turns 36 in September before the start of next season, so they have 2+ seasons together to make a splash. The biggest thing is it creates expectations, which I love. Curry said of the new Big Three leading their Warriors, "I want to be in that kind of environment whether you get it done or not. That is meaningful basketball and we all love and thrive on that. I think we'll all be up for the challenge. Jimmy is a winner. I understand there was a lot of drama down there, but who really knows the story? We expect to have a motivated, committed Jimmy who is ready to impact our team for the better." Butler has earned all defensive honors 5 times, so Green expects him to impact the Warriors on that side of the court also. "It's definitely going to give us a boost defensively," Green said. "Not only is Jimmy a good on-ball defender, he's also a great off-ball defender. He brings a lot of physicality to the game on both sides and he gets buckets." The trade came together about an hour before the Warriors faced Utah in the opener of their 6-game road trip leading into All-Star weekend. Kerr was spotted talking to Waters in a hallway, and then Kerr abruptly closed the locker room to address his players. Soon thereafter, a grim-faced Curry emerged and headed back to the court to resume his pregame warm-up. Other Warriors players also seemed stunned when they came out of the locker room. In his postgame session with reporters, KR suggested the NBA move back the trade deadline so teams don't face the awkward timing the Warriors did Wednesday, saying goodbye to teammates on the brink of a game. Kerr was especially poignant in talking about Wiggins, who was acquired 5 years ago Thursday and played an instrumental role in the team's 2022 championship. Magic Johnson sends clear message about Warriors after Jimmy Butler news. The Miami Heat and Golden State Warriors agreed on a massive deal Wednesday night involving multiple teams to land 6-time All-Star Jimmy Butler in Golden State. This move came after an unfixable rift formed between Butler and the Heat organization. Butler, now set to team up with Stephen Curry, gives the Warriors another superstar-level player they've been desperately seeking. The Heat in return received Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, PJ Tucker and a protected first-round pick. Dennis Schroeder was also included in the deal and will head to the Utah Jazz on an expiring contract. This trade gives Butler a fresh start and he immediately signed a 2-year extension with Golden State as the Warriors aim to improve their standing and dig themselves out of the play-in tournament with just over 30 games left in the season. The move also positions the Warriors to build for the next 2 to 3 years while trying to maximize what they have left in Curry's career. Following the trade, NBA legend Magic Johnson was quick to share his thoughts on the deal, sending a clear message about the Warriors after acquiring Butler. On another positive note for Golden State, they were able to keep all of their young talent intact unless they decide to make another move before Thursday's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time trade deadline. Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Tracy Jackson Davis, Brandon Podmski, Quinten Post and Gus Santos all remain on the roster as the Warriors look to make a late-season playoff push. And you fan, what do you think of the Magic Johnson situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.